you living, man? It's the kid Illfields, aka Brazi-P Bo, Good Society Group. Shouts to Pakk.Central, shouts to Pakk Rollo, shouts to my man Ghost, and me holding it down. I like what you got going on, Pakk, man. You know what I'm saying? That last post on the Pakk.Central joint doing numbers, going through the roof from when Quay was at Good Friends. You know, we coming fresh off of Good Friends 3 at Buco out the beach, so we just keep it macking and moving. Like, I'm my partner, a partner in here. You know what I'm saying? Representing. KillForAPartner.com. That's where you can go get the apparel. You know what I'm saying? We really making some things happen on the clothing line and apparel, front fashion, all that real streetwear off the pavement. You know what I'm saying? What's that story is to be sold, not told. You dig me? So tap in. Y'all know where to find it. GoodSocietyWorld.com at Good Society Group. Personally, I mean, what you want the, you know what I mean, long version, the short version? I mean, I rep Norfolk.
I want to hear the long version.
Okay. All right. I was born in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? If y'all really want the real story, I was born in Ohio, in Cleveland. My grandmother raised me since 2 years old. My mom died when I was 2. I don't know who my father is, so, you know what I'm saying, kind of running around, being in different spots. But I spent the most time out of my life in Norfolk, so on the east side, Little Creek, Northview action, from the bully to the drive, you know what I'm saying? From Hampton Boulevard, the Chesapeake Boulevard, the Shore Drive. That's my whole strip right there on the east side. I mean, Little Creek Military, all of that. So I graduated high school in 09, you feel me? I went to private school, so graduated, yeah, word. I went to collegiate for a few years, and I went to Norfolk Christian. I graduated from Norfolk Christian. But I'm from around the way though, so I got a little taste of all different sides of the thing, you feel me? I mean, my experience was probably different though, cause like when you automatically say like you went to private school, people will probably take it somewhere like you think you come from wealth or like something like that. But I think if you really look into it, number one, a lot of the like private and parochial schools or whatever, they need diversity. And so there's definitely some money to help out with different kids. Like I went to school with some kids from the park. Like it was some kids from Days Park, Olive Park, a couple of us. It wasn't many of us, but we were there, you feel me? So I definitely appreciate the education that I got, you feel me? I think it was definitely aspects in there that probably could have been more, like if you got to see yourself every day, or maybe see teachers and staff and people that look like you, that could have been a more positive element. But I definitely always appreciate my education, and yeah, it definitely helped me out on certain levels and shit. Very colorful. I have a very colorful upbringing, like, cause I mean I got like a regular story of being from around the way. You know what I'm saying, I lost my mom mad young. I don't know who my dad is at all, like a single parent, senior citizen parent that raised me. So that's even different. Like my grandmother didn't even drive on the highway, so my grandmother really could only tell me like about things that's right down the street or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I was always off the porch real early trying to get in the mix, trying to figure something out, because I didn't really have like a lot of opportunity at home. So I think for me it was interesting because I've traveled the world, I've been to many different places, I've had different opportunities, but I've had many struggles in between there as well. So I call it like a really beautiful, you know what I mean, struggle, etc. I don't know, like that's part of my thing. Like I wasn't born in a hospital, like I was born in a bathroom, you know what I'm saying? My mom gave birth to me by herself in a bathroom, so like she was hiding the fact that she was having me. Nobody knew I was being born, and so she tried to do the same thing when she was giving birth to my sister when I was 2, but my mom tried to do it by herself and she bled to death, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom. But I know like probably through my father I probably do have siblings and shit. All I know is like I think my dad from like Florida, probably from like Tallahassee or somewhere down there.
Crazy.
Salisbury University, shouts to the Bury, you know what I'm saying, the Eastern Shore. I was playing sports out of high school, So I was playing football. That was really like my mainstay. And so I had a couple little looks between, you know what I mean, a handful of D3s, 1 or 2 D2s. And I think I remember it was just like the football coach from Salisbury called me and was like, you got your transcripts in? I was like, yeah. And so he called me like 2 hours later. It was like, all right, I got you in. And then I went up to visit that school for a weekend, party, had fun. And so 2009, I went to Salisbury, started, I think, business major. And then after like 1 or 2 semesters getting a economics, accounting, and statistics class and shit, I was like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually went into media communications, but it was public affairs. So I was gonna do like public relations, like PR work, you know what I'm saying? That was the focus at first, but then I switched to media production, so how to make movies, documentaries, journalism, news reporting, shit like that.
Yeah, so that's why you so proficient in
Yeah, that's why I'm mad comfortable in front of the camera and shit. Years of training for that shit, you feel me?
Not gonna lie, first time I met him, Buddy was definitely just, I mean, I seen the shows already. Yeah. That's one thing, but I seen do the photography jump. So okay, I'm right now just seeing the person that do a lot. Like,
yeah, appreciate it.
Like super creative.
Appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. It take a lot of time. Yeah, for sure. I think so. What you think?
Creative entrepreneur?
Yeah, what you think?
I don't know. I don't really like the term entrepreneur because that's just putting a title on what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you, like you just explain yourself to be a jack of all trades, you can do this, do that, do that. So when you put the title entrepreneur, it just puts you, I feel like it puts you in a box, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I don't know, that's just my personal opinion.
That's an interesting anecdote.
Like,
that's an interesting
what you just said is just a person that can do everything, because when you say entrepreneur, you always have a singular thing that you can do. So somebody could be an entrepreneur, they could be even something dumb like a magician, they could be a welder, they could do this, as long as you have your LLC and you are working, then you know what I'm saying, it's work. But man, when I met Brazi, I didn't even meet Brazi. Me and Brazi really linked up, 2 months ago?
Yeah, we fresh on the man. So
I went to one of his events. This was like 2 years ago, I want to say, right there off of 20th.
I think you came to Wi-Fi.
I know
on 25th Street. Yeah, the warehouse. South of my OG, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying?
I never even met Brazi, but then, just kind of being on scene in Norfolk and stuff like that, I ended up running into him, and then one day I was just like, yo, Brazi, let's work, man, and it's just been up from here. Like, everything he's doing is legitimately like...
Nah, he a G, one thing
about it,
most
definitely.
If he make connection with you to work with you, he's actually gonna follow through with it.
Appreciate y'all, brothers, for sure.
Appreciate you.
Motherfucker follow through with it. I ain't see you. It's on that. We building the foundation.
For sure. Appreciate it for sure. After Salisbury, I came home and was just working sales jobs and shit, and was like really trying to figure out how I was gonna get back into the field. And then I went and ended up getting my master's at ODU. So some people don't know I got 2 degrees, and a master's degree is creative arts entrepreneurship. So how to get money in creative arts, the intersection between art and commerce. So that's why when people see me on the scene, it's like I be really pushing out business and trying to make shit happen. Cause
you went to school for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm focused on. I went to school for that shit, like, and I studied on an academic tip, and then also transitioned it to really like outside, pushing it for real. You know what I mean?
Boost the ground.
I think that I'm always looking for something unique, something innovative. Like, if you really know me, I don't really like to follow the crowd. So I'm either always ahead of something to wave, like way ahead of it, or I'm way behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take my own time to ingest creativity. You feel me? I do it on my own time, so it's real genuine to me. So when I put it out, it's gonna be felt as authentic. You feel me? And so I think around that time, we was just looking for something different. different. That was kind of when I was coming fresh off the nightclub scene. Like, if you really know my story, like, I really built my name out here locally in the club. So every single spot out here, from the Gami to goddamn Culture to goddamn Vibes when that first opened to fucking, I mean, every single nightclub out here, bro, I promoted it. I know the owners. We done business together. My name good in the city and around the town. So it's like around that time, Concrete Canvas was what, probably 2019-ish or somewhere around there, bro. And so we had decided, I had called David with Team Lamb, and probably one or two other people were involved in the original planning meeting. We had went out to eat on Granby Street, and I just called the homies, was like, yo, this is what we about to do. Like, let's put some ideas together. And then, you know, from that original meeting, a couple people fell off, but then eventually Good Society and Team Lamb came together. And that was a very beautiful experience. I mean, it was like probably like almost 400 people at that joint. We had probably like 20 plus performers. You were on that joint, weren't you?
No, I don't think I was out here.
But did you attend? Were you there?
I think I went to Wi-Fi Fest.
Okay, yeah. Cause I got pictures with like shit from years ago with the homies. I think I got pictures from you years ago being in attendance to one or two Jones.
It might be because I used to be out here too.
Yeah, for sure.
16, I got out here, clubs, parties, everything. So we probably did each other.
Yeah, so I mean that was, and you know, like the entertainment scene and what people want, it switches up. So at different certain times and certain things, I think, like, for example, right now, like the food critic thing is very big. Like people following people like Stormy Blue or Max Specials, Odyssey Treats. I think that's the name of one platform. So people like different things at different times, and at that time it was really about like the beginning of these brand vendor markets and people putting these different combinations of like music, art, and all that together. And we were kind of like, that event was kind of like the first really large scale one that happened for some homies just around the way. You feel me? So a lot of people received that one. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
What you think?
In that phase in time, like creativity, then I feel like it's more social media based now, if that makes sense. Like back then, in my opinion, like even when I create, just like Brazi when he creates, it's more so just doing it and doing it and doing it. Some people are strictly only doing it for social media, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of diversifies and kind of stagnates the art in the sense of making clothes, in the sense of doing anything with art, because when we look back at Virginia, we got to look at, like, when it's come to designing and clothes, you got to think about damn near bait. Everything that Pharrell did. Nah, it came from, what's his name, Nigo, but you know, Pharrell.
But basically really did though. If you know about it, like RP55 and shit. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So then we got to think about, like, just the creativity and stuff like that, man. It just came to a little point. I don't know what happened. Like, Virginia has a big multicultural of artists as far as dancers. You got to think, we got
everything.
Chris Brown, for one.
Okay.
You know, that's like the living Michael Jackson of my generation, if I'm going to be honest with you. So the problem with that is it's not a lot of love in it, because most people are focused on becoming famous. So the art isn't as good as the art should be, you know what I'm saying? Right. But we come from Virginia, like, hey, you can't be but so mad, because where did the United States start?
I think, like, I definitely agree with you in saying, like, there's way more entrance in the game.
Yeah.
Like, if you really know me, I've been trying to work on putting a brand together, or some type of collective or group since I've been like 12, 13. Like, literally, you can ask the kids from Little Creek and Northview. We was making CDs at 14, rapping and running around the hood, passing that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's dope.
Like, I mean, early on, definitely, like, that shit is still online. Like, if you go on Dat Piff right now and look up Seven Cities Militia, that shit is still up there, you feel me? And me and all my cousins still got tattoos from when we was 14, 15 for that shit. So, like, we have been working on something like this since we was kids and teenagers. We just didn't know what the fuck it was back then. And then also, the boundaries and the hurdles to get in the game back then was way more, because it wasn't as many technologies. You didn't have a fucking recording studio in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have an iPhone. You didn't have a video camera in your pocket, dog. You know what I'm saying? You had to go knock on a nigga front door, call his house phone, go meet up, and then go to a studio. You had to go to a photography lab or somewhere like that where you had access to all these resources and shit. So now with so many entrants into the game that you could wake up tomorrow and be a fucking cameraman. You could wake up tomorrow and go buy a cricket machine. You could wake up tomorrow and goddamn do pretty much anything. So I think it definitely waters down the quality. Maybe not waters down the whole quality, but it's just more shit in the pot. You know what I'm saying? That it's not
I feel like
as concentrated and shit.
Experience, like, it's different, like you just said, like, growing up. I mean, you might be a little bit older than me, but at the same time, we grew up in the era to where you actually had to get out there and sell something to somebody.
Yeah,
versus somebody just having a viral moment. Like, that's what takes away from the experience. Like, anybody can have a viral moment. It's a viral moment every single time. You close your phone right now, swipe back up, refresh, it's another viral moment. Go on academics, whoever, viral moment, viral moment. So everybody's chasing a viral moment instead of actually putting in the work. Yep. This man is putting in the work. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's just from me seeing him operate for 2 years without even meeting him. So like I said, hey, Brazi, you deserve your flowers.
Appreciate it. Nah, I respect what you got going on too. That's why we all here together. You know what I'm saying? It was just organic. It was like a collective of, you know, youth, people's outside really hanging out and having fun really, and me kind of knowing that there's a business behind it and that, like, you know, I want parts, like, for real, kind of just like, it was just so natural, bro. It was like we literally like used to just be in the club all the time together, just hanging out outside, whatever. And so I've always been working on some type of creative project, whether I used to think this shit was gonna happen through music, you feel me? I used to thought I was gonna rap and I was gonna be the artist in front of the camera or on the microphone to fucking make this shit happen. But at some point, it's like, you know, I guess you start to mature or look for different things and try and expand on, you know, what you're looking for, trying to make happen. You feel me? What inspired Oppugner or the brand?
What inspired Oppugner?
So you want to take it from back to hell for I'm
going to talk about
heinous and shit.
So in 2018, 2019, I'm not going to say I started on my own, but I had a big portion in the funding of it, the name, and pretty much shout out to Ghost, Heinous for Life. I got to a point in life to where I wanted to stop doing a bunch of illegal stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much, I took a mad investment, you know, had to do a little bit of time. I was incarcerated for like a year of the process, and then I finally got out and seen what growth could be as far as my city. Like, I'm from Hampton, I'm from Shell Road, so we were the first kids skateboarding. We were the first kids doing all that. Like, I grew up in the Tyler, the Creator era, so we was hated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and my clique of dudes, like even just my neighborhood, we were literally the first black skateboarders in the area. So I try to look at things differently. Shit, I almost forgot the question a little bit. We gotta get back to it. Oh, well, what inspired me? Well, pretty much what inspired me was, even with Oppugner is a British word. It's Oppugner. It stands to call into question or to attack the truth. So pretty much what you see is not what you get. I don't know, man, you know, I got these tattoos, so when people see me, they like, oh man, gang member. I'm educated, just like Brazi. You know, I didn't graduate from college. Everything that I learned and helped me grow.
You got a degree outside.
Yeah, I got a degree outside. I didn't get it from the streets, so like I never ran the streets. I wasn't the trapper, I wasn't the robber, I wasn't the crazy dude. Like I did my own little thing. I ain't gonna say what I did, but Oppugner, I just wanted to basically have another basis, because with Heinous, it was all the wrong energy with it. So even with it, it was a lot of, I guess, negativity. Like, I didn't want to see kids in ski masks. I didn't want to see people that weren't in a certain environment come around the environment and pretty much culture vulture it. Yes,
that could also be part of the story,
yeah,
too, though.
Yeah, so even with the Oppugner, it was more so like, I had a bunch of people that were with me, and then it went a certain way to where everybody that I put in the position that was like, it was a lot of hate. So when I bounced back out with Oppugner, I really wanted to do something different, not even as far as the clothing, more of like mentoring. I want to teach kids how to do this. Like, shout out to the 757 Makerspace, who actually put me in a position for the first time to where I was able to screen print for children. Like, it's not just about the clothes. My main thing is, like, I got a 6-year-old kid. Like, shit, that was the craziest thing too. So the Heinous came in 2019. I ended up getting locked up February 5th, getting out the next year. We ended up popping. I discovered that I had a child. Shout out to my baby boy Grayson. And so even now, I want to leave a legacy. So there is no end goal. Everybody's always going to ask, what's the end goal? What's the end goal? The end goal is actually to see, to leave a legacy and to see everybody grow around me. Not just him, not just you, not just you, but the youth, especially being black. That's my main thing. I'm all about.
In building that legacy, you feel like you need a successor too? You feel like you need a mentor to be successful in that way? Because somebody got to follow your trail in order to keep your legacy.
Exactly. Like, even with Brazi, my father grew up selling crack, died 06, you know. So what I do is differently. Like, I can go into my neighborhood and they're still doing the same things, like the OGs or the people that were still doing the same thing from when I was 17, 16. It's like, I want to see better. At the end of the day, it's enough money, like Brazi said, right? It's enough money out here for us to come together and thrive, for real. So even with the Oppugner, I just really want to help the youth and help who wants to help, and just pretty much teach people that you don't have to go a certain direction, college or this or that. That's not a problem, but at the same time, it's more different ways to make money. And the thing is, it's just enough for everybody, bro. That's what I'm
have to give up on your dreams at all. You know
Never give up on your dreams, bro, because at the end of the day, it's always another day, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you already know this is Kid Illfills, aka Brazi-PC of Good Society Group. Follow us on all the platforms, man. GoodSocietyWorld.com. That's the platform, the website where you're going to find all the activities, whether it's events, experiences, the apparel, the clothing line. Make sure you tap in and go get some good threads and some gear. We also are in different brick and mortar stores. You know what I'm saying? Heat Clothing here on South Lynn Haven Road.
Yes, sir.
Also Heat Clothing on Military Highway near Military Circle Mall. And we got a couple, 1-2 new locations that y'all gonna be able to go walk in the store and cop that product from as well. Hey, we got more experiences coming up, more media like this with Pakk.Central, Pakk Rollo. That's what's up with us, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up with you, man? It's Oppugner Bo. Oppugner on Instagram, killforoppugner.com. Pakk.Central, you said, right? We here at Pakk.Central.
Yeah, for sure. Pakk.Central. Who else? Work hard, play hard. Shouts to Ghost. Shouts to everybody. Shouts to everybody I got love for on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Also, too, man, be on the lookout, man. You know, Good Society and the Oppugner might got something coming real soon.
For
you
sure.
know, everything's traditional, silk screen print. You ain't gonna beat the quality of it. I'm telling you.
Designed in-house, produced in-house, manufactured, all that shit.
Man,
only thing we ain't doing is sitting there and weaving shirts together. Everything else is us.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got carpet tunnel or something.
I ain't got no sewing needles to weave no shirts, but you know what I mean? We doing everything else, designing it, making it, and all that. So we on our way up.
Once again, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. We gonna get y'all right too. I got some shit for you.
Most definitely. I'm gonna bring some Oppugner too, man.
For sure.
I remember I told you I was gonna bring the bag, and I didn't bring the bag.
You know how that shit go.
Alright. That's cool. The first time ever doing that.
In the interview with the homie, with the gang. A lot more coming. See the lights on. You know what I'm saying? Packing in the background.
Pakk.Central, man. Make sure you come back.
Tap in.
Tap in. We got Karte Blanche.
For sure, we will, for sure. At Karte Blanche, shouts to Twin, shouts to G, man, all that, you know what I'm saying? From the hood to Hollywood, we just standing on hood blocks. We was standing on hood blocks.